This could be a good video, chatty. It's also 29 minutes long. Perfect. Perfect, bro. Oh my god. I'm sure that this won't have anything controversial in it. Weird facts about every country in the world.
About every country in the world. Oh, that's weird. A 9.0 magnitude earthquake rumbled Portugal on All Saints' Day in 1755 and was immediately followed up by several tsunamis and large-scale fires because of celebration candles being knocked over in people's houses. It was a rough day. Before it was called Benin in 1970.
What the fuck? This is a weird fact? You ever watch History of the Entire World, Lucy? Yes, I can quote several parts of the video by heart.
It used to be called Dahomey because it's where you hung out with all the homies. Thanks to legendary marketing, it is a common tradition in Japan to celebrate Christmas Eve with a feast of KFC.
True!
This video is not sponsored by KFC, but it could be. Like my toilet, Luxembourg has a big old duke in it. It is the only country in the world to be ruled by a Grand Duke. In China, it is illegal to reincarnate without explicit permission from the government. Imagine police just waiting for you right as you're reborn. Just don't be a girl.
Wait, you can't reincarnate without permission? From the government? How do you get permission? Do they have, like, a letter? What do they do?
Niger is so cool that it has a dinosaur named after it. This complete doofus is called the Nigersaurus. Don't get any funny ideas about pronunciation. In Cambodia, geckos are considered very lucky. It is believed that the number of chirps you hear from your gecko friend determines your future marriage. 1 chirp is good.
This is exactly what I was afraid of.
2 is not as good. 15 chirps is the % you could save on your car insurance. Ancient Egyptians had their own police force consisting of specially trained baboons to take down fleeing criminals. The African islands of Sao Tome and Principe are home to this big honkin' rock
Why doesn't America just have baboons that we can train to be our police force?
Dog called Cayo Grande, or Big Dog, which marks the remains of an ancient volcano. Dominica's national dish is the mountain chicken, which isn't really chicken at all. It's the legs of the giant ditch frog. Yemen's cash crop is khat, a chewable leafy plant that contains cathinone, a stimulant which causes mild euphoria and excitement. Its effects are similar to drinking a very strong coffee. There's an old tradition in Slovakia called the Easter whip, where women are splashed with water and gently whipped with a willow branch to promote fertility and—
That's so kinky! Are you kidding me? Chatty, I'm feeling a little bit Slovakian today. Would you like to take me outside and throw water on my body and make me nice and dripping and just you can see through my clothes and then whip me for my fertility?
Youth. But it just seems like it would be annoying. For those who will eat just about anything, a delicacy in the Philippines is balat, or fertilized duck embryo. Yeah, that's a hard pass for me. In 1969, Honduras and El Salvador battled in the Football War, which began after a heated football match, though tensions surrounding immigration were also a catalyst. The 100-hour war resulted in about 3,000 casualties.
100 hours!
Maybe football isn't as boring as I thought. Uzbekistan is home to the Murantau mine, one of the world's largest open-pit gold mines.
Damn!
There is no Danish word for please. Instead, they say "vær så venlig," which translates to "be so kind," which gives me strong Bioshock vibes.
Chatty, would you be so kind as to love me forever?
Would you kindly head to Ryan's office and
subscribe to Chat History?
Over 80% of the island nation of Nauru is now uninhabitable thanks to decades of lucrative phosphate mining. This is St. Vincent, and these are the Grenadines. They penalize homosexual practices, referred to hilariously as buggery,
Chatty, don't go there.
using the penal system. You get the joke. The United Kingdom is made up of England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, so let's not leave them out. England experienced the Great Stink of 1858 thanks to a ton of rotting poo-poo and industrial waste in the River Thames. This prompted the development of a working sewage system. In Wales, only 30% of people can speak Welsh.
Okay, so basically British people smelled so bad that we had to invent soap, but everything was like kind of normal until then. Yasalotsi, congratulations on being 13 months old. That is very old.
The national animal of Scotland is the unicorn. Northern Ireland has over 20 miles of peace walls which separate Catholic and Protestant communities from each other. The Wodo-Abe tribe in Chad holds the annual Garawal Festival, where handsome stud muffins participate in a beauty pageant to an audience of potential wives. Right next door is Nigeria, Africa's largest oil exporter. The environment is shit, but the money is lit. In between the islands of St. Kitts and Nevis is a tiny landmass called Booby Island.
That's such a cute name, St. Kitts. Aww.
Nice. The president of Equatorial Guinea has been in power since 1979 and has proclaimed himself a god, free of any consequences for his actions. Not exactly the type.
That's what I would do if you elected me as the president of the United States. I would just declare myself a god so you couldn't punish
Of
me.
ego you won as a president. The top-selling beverage in Oman is Mountain Dew.
He's got the right
Who knew
idea.
they were such gamers? The Dominican Republic military and law enforcement members are not allowed to vote in any elections to avoid power abuse. Zambia has termite mounds
Huh, that's interesting.
the size of small houses, but to
Are they
termites,
cooking?
they're huge houses. Apparently, in Croatia, it's frowned upon to leave your house with wet hair lest you succumb to pneumonia. Huh, Ukraine looks
Dude, my grandma's Croatian? No
a
way.
little smaller than the last video. Well, the number 4 nuclear reactor at Chernobyl exploded in 1986, forever tarnishing the image of nuclear energy. The United Arab Emirates is home to
Wait. Oh no. I think I'm about to ask a question that has way too deep connotations. Okay, so let me just act really stupid before I ask it. Ha ha ha! That's weird! I was always taught that Chernobyl blew up in Russia! Why didn't they say Ukraine?
buy, where everyone just looks filthy stinking rich. But with free trade and no income tax, what else are you gonna do? Students in Bangladesh over the age of 15 can face actual jail time for cheating on exams. So would you rather face failure or
USSR.
jailure?
I didn't know
8 days
this,
after their
actually.
infamous attack on Pearl Harbor, Japan invaded and occupied Brunei to secure a source of oil. What an American move. Residents of Papua New Guinea use sea
Japan started colonizing and they were like, what do colonizers do though? Wait, what's America doing? Oil? Alright, let's do that
shells
shit.
as currency up until paper money was introduced in 1933, though some tribes still prefer using the shells. Remember, you can't eat money, but you can eat shells.
True.
The Mexican city of Mexico City is sinking at a rate of 20 Mexican inches per Mexican year. Within the last Mexican century, it has sunk about 33 Mexican feet.
Damn,
Moldovians love
33
their wine,
Mexican
which
feet?
isn't too weird, but Moldovians love their wine. The first weekend of October is a national
drunk a lot
celebration
there?
of wine. Bottoms up. Mozambique
Oh my god, they think they're Germany.
is
They
the only
still
country in the world
Oktoberfest.
whose flag is absolutely strapped, as it sports an AK-47. Guyana is honestly just straight up a Minecraft
Mozambique is more American than America. Why don't we have a gun in our flag?
map. With a very biodiverse landscape, Guyana is home to a coastal plain, a savanna, multiple mountain ranges, and a lush rainforest. So you have plenty of places to choose from to build your first dirt
Pretty.
house. Indonesia has so many islands. Look at all these islands. There are over
That's a lot of
18,000 of them, with over 6,000 being uninhabited. $20 to whoever can find Penn Island. Are you a fan of communism? If so,
Guys, you should Google PennIsland.com. You should spell it out loud. Can you spell Penn Island out loud?
there's an attraction in Lithuania where you can subject yourself to becoming a 1984 USSR citizen for 3 hours.
Oh.
Participants sign a waiver confirming that they will carry out any orders without objection
Is this
or
normal
face
Russian
harsh
education?
psychological and physical punishments. Workers of the world, unite. An Ebola virus outbreak in the 90s and 2000s wiped out 90% of Gabon's lowland gorilla population. Bummer. Liechtenstein has no army or airports, so it's easy pickings. Citizens of Turkmenistan love their carpet, so much so that there is an official ministry of
that?
carpet in the government to approve all carpet purchases.
That was
Under-
Lithuania, so no. But Chatty, isn't every Eastern European country in that one area just like, it's just like all the same thing, right? Right, guys? It's all just like the same thing. It's kind of like how in America, it's all just like America, right? Right? It's the same thing, right? I am smart.
Sharia law in Afghanistan, men are allowed up to 4 wives, but unlimited side babes. South
Horse.
Sudan is the newest country on the map as of this
Men are
video.
horse.
It was formally recognized in 2011 after the end of the Second Sudanese Civil War, which killed 1.5 million people. Venezuela's
Damn.
minimum wage is about $6 a month, which is why Venezuelans can make a decent living farming gold on RuneScape, earning a few $100s a month. Argentina has a church dedicated to Diego Maradona, a famous football player from the 70s to the 90s.
Oh my god, what? Are you telling me all of the gold farmers in our favorite games are from Venezuela?
90s. The parody religion is estimated to have over 9,000 followers, but the guy died in 2020, so where's your god now? The majority of Palestinian land is home to millions of olive trees, with some orchards being thousands of years old. Chile is home to the world's oldest mummies.
Olive
The dusty
trees.
Chinchorro mummies are believed to be over 7,000 years old. Suck it, Egypt. The name Sudan comes
mummies
from the
made out of
Arabic
churros?
phrase Bilad al-Sudan, meaning land of the blacks. Hey, I didn't name it. Bahrain has a 400-year-old tree absolutely thriving in the middle of the goddamn desert.
No comment.
If this tree can make it, so can you. Motivational quote of the day. In Eswatini, it is illegal for any witch to fly their broomstick above
Eswatini?
150 meters off the ground, which is why Eswatini will never host a Quidditch match. Palau is home to a very unique lake, home to millions of jellyfish called,
I love the
you
Zelda
guessed
music
it,
in the
Jellyfish
back.
Lake. What's cool is that they've all evolved to lose their stinger since no natural predators exist within the lake. Time to take a dip and slap a jelly. In Ireland,
I wouldn't touch them even if I wouldn't die. I just wouldn't touch them. They're so gross. They're so gross looking. They look so nasty. I imagine the texture would honestly be horrible, abhorrent, disgusting. I think I would probably want to die after I touched them.
the Mick in last names means son of,
You should go
and
scuba
O
diving and
means-
stream
In
it.
1974,
Do you want me to die? Hold on, I have to go back because I fucked it up.
evolved to lose their stinger since no natural predators exist within the lake. Time to take a dip and slap a jelly. In Ireland, the Mick in last names means son of, and O means grandson or descendant of. So
Mick
by that
bitch!
logic,
Mick
McDonald's is the son of two Donalds. In 1974, Sweden sold 1,000 Volvo cars to North Korea for $73 million. The bill is still unpaid as of today and is valued at
Damn.
$330 million with interest.
Damn.
Probably best to just write that one off as a loss. On the
Yeah.
Yap Islands of Micronesia, you can
Yap
find large
Islands?
limestone discs called rye stones. These were used as ceremonial
That's
gifts
where
and
I was
currency.
born.
Their value lies in what people perceive it to be.
The
Kinda
Yap
like Bitcoin.
Islands.
Poland is the world leader in
Are
Thanks
you
for the
saying you don't
420,
have the
Silvani.
intrusive thought to poke the top of the jellyfish like it's a giant button? Cause I've been
radiated
having the
snow.
thought since I learned of that lake
How's the
when I
stream
was
going?
a kid.
Slightly controversial. You know, I've been begging them not to say anything cancelable or weird. Been trying really hard to get that to not happen. I'm not so sure if I've been successful, but it's okay. I just pretend I don't hear it. And you guys do that too, right, Chad?
exporting amber, which is used in jewelry and souvenirs. I don't
Poland!
know, something about this just really bugs me. If insects weren't enough for you,
God
try
damn
some
it.
Vietnamese snake wine. The diluted venom adds a nice kick to it.
What?
Don't worry, it's safe to drink.
Is that real?
Sometimes. In the 1870s, Belgians hired 37 cats to deliver mail, citing their magnificent sense of direction as foolproof. Didn't work out so well. If you're a huge
Aw.
fan of sand like you know you are, you
That
can
was
head
so
on
cute,
down to
though.
Namibia and visit Kolmanskop, an abandoned diamond mining town where resources dried up in the 1930s.
Oh my god! Is that where Elon Musk's employees work?
Your Roomba is gonna have to put in some overtime. Since 2011, chess lessons have been mandatory in every public school in
Oh my
Armenia.
God, that's funny.
Suriname is a South American country in South America, but the official language is Dutch. The Samoan Islands were split in 1899 between Germany and the United States.
I love how some of these facts are like really funny and interesting, and some of them are just like, this country exists and is a place. You can probably visit it. Maybe. Or maybe you can't.
The US owns American Samoa, and New Zealand now owns Samoa. But it's all the same shit. The name Timor-Leste comes from the Malay Timor, meaning east, and the Portuguese
never
Leste,
heard of
meaning
a lot of
east.
these places.
Welcome to Eastern East. Not just Gambia, but the Gambia. This African country was once ruled by President Yahya
Gambia.
Jammeh, a bonkers dude who would perform
That is
literal
the
witch
weirdest-
hunts, torture
No, that is the weirdest looking cut of a country I've ever seen. Hold on. Show it to me. What is this? Who delineated this fucking
African
map?
country was once ruled by President Yahya Jammeh, a bonkers dude who would perform literal witch hunts,
The land
torture
of
HIV
Gamba.
patients with dangerous fake treatments, and claimed he would rule for 1 billion years. He ruled for 22. In Nepal, cows are sacred.
Close enough.
Like, really sacred. I'm talking clean your
Yeah.
house with their poop sacred.
Oh!
Smells fresh. North Macedonia is home to one of the world's largest
That can't be
crosses.
real.
That's cool, I guess. I wonder when they're gonna install the giant Jesus that goes with it. If you have a unibrow, you're considered very attractive in Tajikistan. And only in Tajikistan.
Hey.
Are you a witch? If yes, you might want to visit
any other femcells who are like super in luck, all you need to do is just like draw a line between your
At
eyebrows.
the Witch's Pond in Romania. Rumor is that Vlad the Impaler got his noggin lobbed off here, so it's pretty neat. Yakuba Sawadogo of Burkina Faso was an absolute beast. This guy stopped the desertification of the landscape by planting a forest using ancient farming techniques. He
Hey,
brought
yo.
together communities of farmers and taught them this
That's so
technique,
cool.
preventing further erosion of farmland. And he did all this without filming it for ad revenue.
Reforming one. Any other
Fuck
self-report?
kangaroos.
I have no self-report.
Australia is home to more Arabian
fuck 'em.
camels than Egypt, and even exports some of them to the Middle East. The capital of Singapore.
Me when I'm the Middle East and I have a stereotype for camels, so I have to keep camels there for the tourists, but I have to order them from Australia because Australia has the actual camels. Everything is just a Hollywood movie. Don't trust anything you see, okay?
Singapore is Singapore. You can purchase a private
Singapore.
island off the coast of Nicaragua. Well, not you, but someone with actual money can. Latvia lost 250,000 people, or 12.5% of its population,
Latvia.
by the end of World War II.
Damn.
Ecuador is home to the Galapagos Islands, where Charles Darwin developed his theory of evolution. But that's just a
Just a
theory,
theory.
supported by evidence. The original native Jamaicans, the Arawaks, were almost entirely wiped out in the 1400s thanks to the
Arawaks?
Spanish.
Why does why does the original country name kind of sound like Marowak, like the Pokemon?
Spanish coming over, enslaving them, and coughing in their faces. Men in Lebanon are legally allowed to pursue
Many such
physical
cases,
relations with an
unfortunately.
animal, but they have to be female. Otherwise, it would just be ridiculous. Spain and
Is this the worst? Is this the worst fact we've heard all day? It's pretty fucking bad.
annually hosts El Colacho, the baby jumping festival. Men dress up as the devil and jump over at babies lying on mattresses in the street. Watch out for the soft spots. Monaco is basically just a city full of circle-jerking rich folks. If you go there without 7 digits in your bank account, you'll be spit on like the peasant that you are. An island in the Bahamas is home to 20 to 30 feral pigs of unknown origin.
What the fuck?
They're a pretty cute tourist attraction, not gonna lie.
Hi,
Too
Greek
bad half of them
Montana.
died because they ate sand. In Turkey, it's common for people to eat meat as a dessert. You can try tavuk guso, a
Ew!
delicacy made from milk, sugar, cinnamon, and shredded chicken. It's probably pretty banging. Kuwait has the highest valued
I know there's a lot of people who really like chocolate and bacon, so I bet a lot of you would try that. One of you would try it too if you would never try.
currency in the world.
I'ma be a
One
2.
Kuwaiti dinar is about $3 as of this video. Gotta love oil. In Libya, you can
Thank
visit
God for the other
Ubari,
twos.
a desert town that has a bunch of lakes near it. And thank goodness too, because boy am I thirsty. Oh wait, these are saltwater lakes. Greeks can spit on you, but it's for good luck, so wish them even more luck back. Canadians use bagged
I wonder how Greece fared during COVID.
milk. You guys are weird. When you think of ancient castle moats, you might think of water infested with crocodiles. But Český Krumlov Castle in the Czech Republic used a moat of bears to deter enemies. There's even some still there today. Hungarian man Erno Rubik invented his famous cube and placed upon it
I like
a
the
famous
name
cube.
Hungary.
Fancy breakfast? Better head on over to Belarus to celebrate Moshla.
Zind, actually it doesn't have meat in it. Have you tried it before? Is he lying? Is he wrong? But if he's wrong about that, he could be wrong about several things in this video, and I don't want to believe that. I'm taking everything he's saying as fact.
Panitsa, also known as Pancake
I
Week.
hate critical thinking.
Pass the syrup, please. Lesotho, or Lesotho, or however you want to say it, is known as
Lesotho.
the kingdom in the sky because even at its lowest point, it is over 4,500 feet above sea level.
cool.
So it's like way up there. Trinidad and Tobago has a natural asphalt pit. This slop hole of road juice spans 99 acres and is 246 feet deep. Cyprus has a wishing tree. Simply write your wish on a ribbon or a piece of cloth and
that's
tie it to the
cool.
tree, and it just might never come true. Due to scarce resources, North Koreans sometimes use their own soft serve as fertilizer for crops. Honey, I think something's wrong with
Their own soft serve? You mean their ice cream? You mean their ice cream, right?
the vegetables. They're looking a little shitty. I know. You're welcome. U.S. President Abraham
I hate it
Lincoln
here.
once complimented San Marino, so they granted him honorary citizenship. Paraguay's got a heck of a strong navy, especially for a country that's completely landlocked. The megalithic temples of Malta are some of the oldest standing structures in the world, dating back to 3600
Malta.
BC, and they would probably make a pretty neat Counter-Strike map. You know the capital of Thailand is Bangkok, but that's only a nickname.
Bangkok!
The real name is this.
Is that real? Is this real? Read it, Lucy. Krungthep Mahanekon Aman Rata Nekosin Mahin Thara Ayuthaya Mahadilak Fop Nufarats Rot Chut Hani Buridom Udom Rachani Wit Mahasatan 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 Amon P-Man Awatan Saltit Suck on those titties Witsanukam Prosit. I did it. Lucy, you don't know what you'll summon? I'm a demon. I'm fine, okay?
In Morocco, the organ of love isn't the heart, it's the liver. Cheers to that. The national dish of
thank you for the
Comoros
coffee.
is lobster and a vanilla sauce. Costa Rica has no army. It was abolished in 1949 after a civil war. The military budget was instead put towards education. Kiribati is quickly sinking thanks
That's a
to
penis.
rising sea levels, but now everyone has oceanfront property, so it balances out. There is no speed limit on the majority of the German
Sebastian,
autobahns, so
hi.
be sure to watch out in the left lane as I'm zooming past at 300 kilowatts per hour. In Colombia, you can find the Caño Cristales, also called the River of
What?
Five Colors, thanks to aquatic
That's so
plants and
pretty!
algae. I swear the yellow's not from me. Between 1949 and 1989,
me.
the USSR conducted 456 nuclear tests in Kazakhstan, which wasn't very beneficial to the
Tests.
local population. Hey,
You don't
middle
say.
of the video. Time to hydrate.
You know what? Yeah. I also gotta redeem right now, so I guess it's time to hydrate. Guys, take a sip of whatever you've got, especially if it's the gamer subs that you use code Lucy to get 10% off of based.
I love Gamersop!
What if
Back
it's
to the
piss?
video.
Drink it anyway.
In Mauritius, there are tales of a werewolf who can transform into
Mauritius.
various animals. In his human form, he is covered in oil, making him too slippery to catch. Air pollution in Bosnia and Herzegovina sucks, especially in the winter months when everyone is burning coal and wood to stay warm. India has a skeleton lake in the Himalayas where the remains of
Skeleton
over
lake?
300 people have been at rest for a few thousand
Oh my god, that's where the skeleton war is gonna start.
years. In 2022 and 2023, the Tanzanian government approved the forcible removal of the indigenous Maasai tribe. This paved the way for a United Arab Emirates company to establish trophy hunting and elite tourism spots. Dick move, UAE. Andorra is a popular tax haven for many bounce-wow-wow webcam sites, but you shouldn't be looking at
For me, that's for me. I'm about to move to Andorra.
that kind of stuff. If you ever find yourself in Estonia, be sure to visit a local village swing, because they look fun as hell.
Hi, Just
In
Gamer.
Georgia, aka Sakratvilo, you can find Vartsia, a 6,000 room cave city. It just reminds me a
Whoa,
lot of Markarth
that's
and
really
Skyrim.
cool.
In Kyrgyzstan, you can play Kizku, a horseback kissing game where you have to steal a kiss from your opponent. Kizku? No. Kiss.
That's so romantic, actually. I can literally imagine some like cringy novel that has this as one of the tropes, and now I want to read one. I want to read this. I need somebody to put this in my animus.
You. Mwah. Malaysia follows a unique
Daddy, would you kiss me on horseback?
rotating monarchy system, meaning that 9 different kings rule for 5 years at a time. In Malawi, mosquito nets were distributed amongst the population to reduce malaria outbreaks, but everyone just
Does it
used them
work?
to fish instead, causing a
Oh.
huge surge in overfishing. Falconry is a big deal in Qatar. You can even bring your
Falconry's
winged
cool.
friend on a plane as long as it has a valid passport. Who's my good
cool.
little boy? There are about as many horses in Mongolia as there are people. Everyone needs a horse.
That's like
Homes
their
in
guns, but in
Uruguay don't
America.
typically have numbers, but are instead named. What would you name your house? Americans
Geigerman.
love spending money, even money that they don't have. That's why the public credit card debt is over $1 trillion.
Why would you choose to talk about our debt instead of our guns. We have more guns than people.
Now, it's just gonna ask you a few questions.
God damn it!
Thanks. Brazil is home to over 100 uncontacted, isolated tribes, the most in the world. One sneeze, and they're all gone. Bulgarian
Damn.
mothers will often tie a red thread on the wrists of
Be
newborns
careful,
to
extra
protect
might
them
not
from
make it.
evil spirits. Sierra Leone had an iconic cotton tree in the capital city of Freetown. It survived hundreds of years before a big ol' storm blew it over in 2023.
that sucks.
Bhutan has a thing for drawing weenies and peenies everywhere.
Fillion!
It's been blurred because, censorship. Resident
Fillion, what do you think of this? What do you think of this area, this location? It looks like something you would draw. It also has about your same level of artistic talent.
paint the floppy phalluses all over as a symbol of good fortune to fend
good
off
fortune.
evil spirits. Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh, gross. Modern day Iraq stands upon what was once the world's oldest civilization, Mesopotamia. The Bolivian salt flats are
Mesopotamia.
something straight out of a dream. The calm, shallow waters provide a clear reflection of the sky and make for
That's
a darn good
cool.
desktop wallpaper. Serbia has balls. Big
clear.
stone ones called the Pavlin globes that are said to heal and grant the wishes of those who fondle
got
the large
Sisyphus
spheres.
there.
Tonga is the only Pacific country to not be colonized, and that's a point of pride of the Tongan people. In the Netherlands, over 30% of Dutch women give birth in the comfort of their own homes. In 1492, the Spanish sailed the ocean blue, then invaded Barbados, killed and enslaved the local population. In 1498,
But there's so many countries you could say that about. Like, at that rate, you may as well just make, like, every country just a fact about Spain and Britain, just, like, in a different font.
Emperor Maximilian I was sick of hearing castrated men sing in his choir, so he formed
What?
the Vienna Boys Choir, which still exists in Austria today, with new members, of course. Zeoli
Me when I'm sick of those castrated boys whose balls never drop so they sound like beautiful little angels forever 24/7. So I make the Vienna Boys Club so I can hear those sexy deep voices ringing in my ears at every church service.
dancers from Côte d'Ivoire are easily
Vienna
voted
boys.
the worst upstairs neighbors in the world. Despite
Jesus
being known for
Christ.
exporting crisp, clean water, over half the population of
Fiji.
Fiji does not have access to crisp, clean water. Across the Xiangcoan Plains
That's
in Laos,
fucked.
you can find thousands of ancient jars scattered across the landscape. However, no ancient cookies have ever been recovered.
Aw.
Switzerland has some of the most relaxed gun laws in the world, with 1 in 4 Swiss people owning a gun. As such,
Chatty, if the United States goes under, I'm moving to Switzerland.
Switzerland's crime rate ranks among the lowest in the world. Start
Holy
taking
babe.
notes, America. Grab your bros, because
We're
every
welcome.
Friday in Angola is Men's Day. Angolan men will go out, drink, and party, leaving their girlfriends and wives at home. If you ever want to look like a complete
Fridays
badass
for
for
the
Wanda and
boys.
Final Boss, you can adopt the traditional Amansunzu hairstyle. This instantly
hell? How
adds
do they
plus
do
20
that?
to intimidation. Cape Verde was never inhabited until the 1460s when Portuguese explorers colonized the islands and brought African slaves over. Azerbaijanis celebrate Nowruz as
Apparently, some of these countries have so little history that the fucking fact that they get is this one was colonized. Thank
celebration of winter's end. Traditions include eavesdropping, eating salty cake, and putting apple seeds under your pillow. Ethiopians use a 13-month calendar, 12
Ethiopia.
months with 30 days each, and a 13th month with 5 or 6. This means
I was about to say based, but now I've changed my mind. I hate that a lot.
Ethiopia is 8 years behind the rest of the world. The Solomon Islands are a great destination if you want to explore wrecks of sunken World War II planes and ships, because that's where World War II planes and ships sank. The Maldives have a flag within a flag. Pretty cool flag. Israel and Palestine
that
are the
flag.
best
That
of
was
friends and
amazing.
finally at peace. And then you wake up and wonder why you just dreamt about the end of a 75-year conflict. Botswana's
That's all
Okavango
you get
River
from Israel.
doesn't flow
That's
into
all
a
you get
sea
for
or a
Israel
lake.
facts.
Just kind of leaks out over the land. Just give me 1 second, excuse me. There you go. Snow is becoming more and more common in the Sahara Desert, with recent snowfalls being reported in northwest
Really?
Algeria in 2023.
Guys, I found out that, like, I think that there was a desert that got hit by a typhoon, and it, like, fucking flooded, and it screwed up the entire ecosystem there. And I can't remember which desert it was, but isn't that fucking crazy?
Slavery was abolished in Mauritania in 1981, but wasn't criminalized until 2015, and as of
What?
2016, there were still 43,000 known slaves.
Wait, how does that make sense? How does that make sense? Okay, guys, no more slavery. But I mean, if you already own one, like, what the fuck is the logic
in
there?
the country. Ever get thirsty at a gym and you gotta gulp down a few crisp glugs from an LK Easy S8L? In Italy, you can slurp that sweet, or dry, red good from a free 24-hour wine fountain found in Caldari di Ortona. Salute.
Real?
In Guinea-Bissau,
Italians
it's
have a
custom for
problem.
boys of the Agande tribe to survive alone in the forest for several months as a trial towards manhood. In 2019, the Central African Republic was ranked as the world's hungriest country. So when your mom tells you that there are starving children in Africa who would love your unfinished dinner, tell her to cook better. Senegal has a tiny island.
Let me do a hydration routine. Yep, thanks for that.
Imagine a woman who can't cook, like an angel without wings.
Made entirely from seashells. You're gonna want to wear shoes or else your little piggies are gonna get hurt. Liberia was founded in the early 1800s by the American Colonization Society as a safe haven for freed slaves.
Again!
Some Albanians hang teddy bears or stuffed animals from their rooftops to scare away evil spirits.
Does it scare them?
Ooh.
They're so cute
Aw,
though.
this is way better than Bhutan.
Aw.
Syria is home to the world's oldest known library in the city of Ebla. Have fun reading your rock,
Damn.
nerd. If you're like me,
That's
like
cool,
I know
though.
I am, you know that you're going to die someday. So why not go out in style like they do in Ghana with a fantasy coffin? These unique caskets
yo!
are sure to keep your family laughing as they
Dude, that's fucking fire! Dude, that's fire, dude! Look at that lizard! That's so based! This is how I want to be buried. The fucking shoe, the Jordans. If you want to be buried in a Jordan, you want to be a mermaid, then fucking be a mermaid when you die. This is awesome.
huck you into the ground. Before the Zimbabwe dollar was abolished in 2009, $1 US was equivalent to 35 quadrillion Zimbabwe dollars. Beginning in 1598, Russia entered the times of trouble, which plagued the country
Times
with
of
political
trouble.
turmoil and famine. It ended once Mikhail Romanov was elected as Tsar, establishing the
at
House
that guy.
of Romanov. Mali is currently on year 12 of a civil war. Best to avoid Mali.
What is
Chatty,
it gonna say?
It's our duty to make sure Lucy is buried in an upside-down cross.
Shut the fuck up.
Until they get that sort.
Thank you for watching. Enjoy my YouTube poop. I have expected it to be 5.5 minutes, but it's quick, so I'm glad you actually found it entertaining. Now, I know I'm not supposed to look at other women, but if you had to pick another VTuber for me to YouTube poop, who would you pick? Okay, well, you're back to having 1 week of VIP.
Put it out. Many residents of Guinea still opt for going to a traditional healer when feeling sick, and if things get really bad, the healer will tell them to go to a real doctor. Burundi is home to a vicious man-eating crocodile named Gustav. He is said to have eaten over 300 people, is almost
What?
70 years old, and weighs over 2,000 pounds. He's a
I
big
popped off
boy.
way too fast for that
Christopher
one. I didn't know
Columbus
he was
reached
a murderer.
Haiti in 1492 to the warm welcome of 400,000 Taino people. 10 years later, the population would drop to just 3,000 Taino people. If you're in Iceland, nature wants to kill you.
Again! Is that all you have to say about Haiti? Surely you have something else!
Wind, water, snow, rocks, volcanoes, they all want you dead. Djibouti is one of the driest African
Djibouti!
countries. It has no reliable
Djibouti!
freshwater sources, so
I like
bottled
that
water
word.
could be used as a form of payment if you forgot your wallet. A treasure hidden by French pirate Olivier Levasseur is
Seychelles.
said to be somewhere in Seychelles. It is estimated to be worth over $1 billion. The One Piece is real. My
It is
fortune
real.
is yours for the taking, but you'll have to find it first. I left everything I own in Seychelles. Beginning in 1920, single mothers in France can be awarded medals of honor for raising more than 4 children. Gold is
What?
awarded for 8 or more children, silver for 6 or 7, and bronze for 4 or 5.
Chatty, how is the birth rate in France? Does this work? Do we have to start giving women awards for having children? Is that what we need? Go for the gold, Lucy? Well, with all of you, I can easily hit gold. They're gonna have to make a platinum for me.
Pakistan produces 40% of the world's soccer balls. Okay, sorry,
What?
football balls. It is believed that
Oh.
HIV originated in Cameroon in 1908 after an
How do you
infected
know?
chimpanzee was hunted for meat. St. Lucia is the only country in the world
For meat? So you motherfuckers lied to me and told me some dude fucked a fucking monkey? And that was a lie? I hate all of you.
to be named after a woman. In 2007, Iranian officials arrested a team of 14 spy squirrels who allegedly wore recording devices. A dead pope once stood trial in the Vatican City, and I covered this in another video, so be sure to check that out.
Huh.
Wink. The Blue Hole in Belize is one of the deepest ocean sinkholes in the world. You couldn't pay me to go over that dang thing. Antigua and Barbuda named their highest mountain peak Mount Obama after the American president.
Mount
Thanks, Obama.
Obama!
The oldest known instrument in the world, a 55,000-year-old pipe, was found in Slovenia. Yeah, good job, Slovenia. The island nation of Tuvalu makes bank by selling the rights of their international
Obama.
domain .tv to media websites worldwide, earning a
Twitch? Dun 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 nee, 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 nee.
around 7 million a year from this alone. You think Twitch.tv meant .television? Nope. Twitch.tuvalu. Before Somalia was Somalia, it was called Punt, meaning land of the gods. Despite being 95% desert, Saudi Arabia has to import sand from Australia. Arabian sand isn't very suitable for construction purposes.
I never
In
knew
Vanuatu, natives on the island of Pentecost perform the ritual of Nangal, where the bungee jump off of rickety towers using vines as cords.
No!
It goes just about as well as you would think. The median
Sad.
age of the Ugandan population is about 16 years old thanks to low life expectancy.
Oh. The life expectancy is 16 years old.
That's a weird fact. It says weird facts, not sad facts.
But high fertility. Tunisia is home to the ancient city of Carthage. You know, the one that got its shit kicked in by the Romans a few thousand years ago.
yeah, I remember
yeah,
that.
Carthage. The country of Eritrea has no official language, so go
Eritrea.
somewhere else. The formation of Panama over 20 million years ago is regarded as one of the most important environmental events to ever occur, as it has helped regulate ocean temperatures and weather conditions. Good job, Panama. Thanks to their
Thanks,
Belgian
Panama.
colonizers, the people of the Democratic Republic of the Congo have an unhealthy
place is
obsession
huge.
with mayonnaise. The Marshall Islands established the world's largest
What are they trying to say? You get colonized and develop an obsession with mayonnaise? What are you trying to say, little bro?
shark sanctuary in 2011. Boy, are those sharks happy. I mean, look at that
Aw, so
smile.
cute.
Myanmar is only one of 3 countries to not use the metric system. They instead use the Burmese system, meaning that there are 20
Ew.
Kathas and an Althaba. Apparently,
Awful.
Montenegro has a fake prince. Stefan Chernitic has been meeting other royals and celebrities for years, presenting himself as Prince of Montenegro and Macedonia. But neither regions have had royal families for ages. To no
they're
surprise,
just
Kenya
lying?
pumps
That's a
out some of the
grift.
best long-distance runners in the world. In South Korea, age is done a little bit differently. You see, when you're born, you're immediately 1 year old, as it's your first
That
year
makes
of
sense.
age.
That makes sense. Okay, it makes sense to me. This is how I thought it was when I was a child. So I'm wrong everywhere except South Korea.
And then you gain an additional year each January 1st on the new year. So if you're born on December 31st, you're instantly 2 years old the next day. Historians think the name Guatemala either originates from land of the plentiful forests or mountain of vomiting water. Hopefully the latter. The national sport of Madagascar is merengue, or bare knuckle
that?
boxing, and it's brutal. Oh, what's that? You thought Ireland was the potato capital of the world? No. Peru has over 4,000 different
That's a
types of
lot.
potato, from this
That looks
kind
like-
to
this
that
one?
kind.
Dude, this one looks like a log of shit. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Like, everything else could be a potato, but this right here, that's fucking shit.
In New Zealand, you can find a big ol' hill with a big ol' name. And that name is... Yeah, I'm not gonna pronounce that.
No. You might not, but I'm built different.
The big ol' name. And that name is...
Tamata haka tangi hangako awawo tamate aturi puka kapiki maong ahuran uku pokai when you aki tana atahu. Yeah, we're summoning things, don't worry. I'm speaking... Guys, come on. It's just a word. It's simple.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pronounce that. You do it. South Africa has a great chain of Christian Bible and religious text stores called Cum Books. Oh, gross. All my pages are stuck together. In 2021, El Salvador recognized Bitcoin as legal tender. Let's just hope that they all have diamond hands. The Republic of the Congo is where you would find the famous Pygmy tribe, an indigenous tribe whose members are unusually short in stature,
That's
with
very
men
short.
averaging 5 feet and women averaging just 4 feet. It is only
Men average 5 feet. And women 4 feet? That's gotta be the shortest people on the planet.
Only ever snowed in Cuba once in 1857. Poor Cuba. Granada has an
Poor
underwater
Cuba.
sculpture garden you can visit on a diving trip. It's honestly
That's
creepy
scary
as
as
hell.
hell.
There is a Sri Lankan belief that if you do not satisfy a mother's strange pregnancy cravings, it will cause her to become weak and the fetus angry. So stop.
The fetus does get angry. It does. Chatty, it's me. I'm the fucking fetus.
Stock up on the pickles and the peanut butter. Half of the population of Togo practices voodoo, but it isn't violent and evil like movies portray. It's actually very spiritual. The world's oldest dam can
Explain.
be found in Jordan. The Jawa Dam was built some 6,000 years ago, but now that there's no water around, it doesn't look all that impressive.
That's so sad.
Damn. This is what it looks like when you visit Norway. This is what it looks like when Norway visits you. A group of Finnish students established the International Day of Failure in 2010. Those
International
celebrating
Day of
are to
Failure?
reflect on past failures and learn from them.
Wait, every day is that day for me.
The holiday occurs every October
Oh, except the learning part. I don't learn from them.
13th, so if that's your birthday, congrats, you're a failure. Learned from it. So that's it for all the countries. I do have 2 honorable mentions which only have partial diplomatic recognition, but I had people ask about them in my last video, so here you go. Over 90% of Taiwanese people suffer very poor short-sightedness thanks to endless hours spent on screens and in the classroom. Taiwanese children spend less than half an hour outside each day. Apparently Kosovo is pretty pro-American, and that's all.
Damn. They be staring at the fucking sun too much.
All I need to know to say that Kosovo is a-okay in my book.
Kosovo.
All right, so that was a lot of countries. Did I miss any this
That's
time?
a lot of countries.
If you haven't already, be sure to check out my
Yeah,
video of
that's
bad
a
things
lot.
about every.
Lucy is what? I can't read that word. I can't. I'm sorry, guys. You have to understand. I can't read that word. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's too hard. VTubers, we can't read that. We can't read that word, guys. We can't read that word. You gotta understand. Be understanding, okay? It's impossible. It is impossible for us to read that word. It's too hard.
Egg laying is pretty good.
Me, 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 me.